Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy you decided to come to the channel. And if you're a pre-existing subscriber, thank you, my baby dinosaur. And so I just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys so much. And so, today I asked, because this is going to be a very new thing, I'm going to be starting to mobilize my channel to something that is more personalized in terms of like how I approach it. And so I'm going to try to make it so that you guys can get to see the real me, the vulnerable me. And I have been doing that, but so far the tarot cards has said I have not succeeded. So we keep trying to do that. Anyway, I asked the spirit and guides to what do you guys need to know for today in terms of quote. And I got finances. And so I went on the computer, looked up some things, and I got this quote from Benjamin Franklin. Really cool. Alright, so he said, "Beware of the little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship." So to keep that in mind. So that's a message that the spirit guides and the angels want you to know and realize, is that you don't need to get your Netflix account. You don't need to have all these little, luxuries. What you need is to realize that if you're struggling financially right now in this moment in time, you shouldn't be doing those things. You should be focusing on how to get from plan A to plan B, not how to go from big A to little a to like big B. You need to kind of skip those small things and just realize the big picture here, that you need to jump from one area to the next. So that is a message that my guys want to give to you. And so stay tuned for the end of the video. I do have some readings from the angels, because I do like to play with angels. And so they have given me some messages, important messages for you guys to know. And so without further ado, we're going to begin. I just want to quickly state, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon. If you already subscribed before, check it again, because YouTube has a tendency to unsubscribe people, so to check for that. Alright, so we're going to be asking the state of the virus. What is the state? Because if you guys have known anything about history, and I don't expect you to, because I am your reader, and therefore I am supposed to be more knowledgeable. And if I should always provide you with something, some sort of information. I don't expect you guys to do any of the work, because I'm doing this for you, and therefore I'm your teacher. Anyway, yeah, so a lot of people back then in the 1980s, no, not 1980s, 1918, there was the Great War. The Great War, also known as the World War One. And because of that, the virus spread so wide and went into different countries. So if anybody knows a lot of history or fact, they know that the reason why there were about 4 good waves was because each country had their own different virus. And so, for example, just say we have our COVID, it's different than the Chinese COVID. For example, so this is American COVID. This is not the Chinese COVID. So the only way another person from another country can get this specific virus, this specific mutation, is they need to be physically here. And because of World War One, there was a lot of fighting, therefore easily able to spread very easily. And so it was also being hidden by the United States government because of the military. The military didn't want to appear to the central government as weak. This is the ambulance, the medical, and stuff like that. Anyway, we're going to be asking the spirits and angels. Spirit and angel, I call upon you today to help us with this reading about the coronavirus. Alright, what is the state of the virus? But before we begin, I want to ask you, what is the card that represents the coronavirus? Show me, Spirit. What is the card that represents the coronavirus? What is the card that represents the coronavirus? Okay, it's the White House. Ironic. Alright, so that is the card that represents the White House. And so what I do is normally I will read up until I find that specific card, and all that is just tells the story, really. Okay, we have Nancy Pelosi. Alright, Spirit, tell me, what is the state of the coronavirus? What's happening with that? Is it going to continue, or is it going to end right after the election? What's going to happen? So we have some sort of ceiling going on, so this might pertain to the election. Just so you guys can see. Oh, look, we have a tower moment, guys. Something big's gonna happen. It could be a wave. It could be a big wave. Like the waves you never ever seen before in American history, besides influenza. So we have disillusion. There's fake news, fake media. People don't know who to trust, what news sources to go to for information. Okay, what is the state of the virus? Okay, so we have the hanged man. We have people being left out, so this could be like eviction, people being thrown out on their home, not being able to vote, people analyzing what to do, the state of the country. Now they're looking at the country in a different way they've never seen it before. People are working toward a newer life, a new progress, a new beginning. They feel betrayed by their current government. This is going to be the first wave, the second wave, and the third wave. There are going to be 3 waves. This is sad. There's going to be 3 big waves that's going to happen with the virus. We're going to have a lot of stimulus checks, but there's going to be a lot of government people in power that you put in power for years are going to be making sure that you don't get that money. They're going to be hogging a lot of the money. But it's going to be handed over to you because a new leader is now making the decision about quarantine. We're going to be going back on lockdown. We really are. We're going to be going back on lockdown. That's what I'm getting from this thing. So let's keep continuing. So we have the tower again. There will be a tower moment. An ambulance came right after that. The King of Wands, a new leader. So I will say, like I said, if you guys watched my other previous videos, they're all linked categories. So you need to watch all my videos, because if you watch them all, I kind of make it so that there's a story being told. And so you can watch that and kind of see how the story intertwines with each other. And so as you can see here, there's a tower moment starting again. People are going to be rushed to the hospital. There's a new leader. I do see this as Mike Pence. So Mike Pence will be the new leader, only temporary. I did see Donald Trump being removed, but then a new leader will step in and then Nancy comes in because she's pulled the 25th because he's found to have COVID or something like that. Because like I always said, if Trump goes, Pence goes. Yeah, he's up at night. He's very concerned. This is also the American voter. They're not sure how they feel about the current administration. They feel like they have caused so many problems and they wish that America has chosen Hillary. Yeah, so there's going to be a union. There's going to be an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats for Nancy to be the new leader, because this is my new leader card. They're analyzing her as the new leader. There's a big decision. This will be a turning point in American history with the voters. I think this might be the election. This might be the election because this is my voter card. And so this might be the election time. So what I'm talking about here is that this is the story, right? And it's therefore all the thing that happened previously before all this happened before the election, because the election's now. So the election happened at this point. So anything that, all the cards that before it is what's going to happen before this election begins. In terms of like November 3rd. So you guys kind of get the time frame. There's a new leader coming in. The incumbent, the male, is off the throne. It will be handed over to a new leader. They're going to refuse the offer. It's going to be given to somebody else. That's weird. Then we have Nancy. What the hell? She's analyzing the national debt, and the national debt is bad. And there's a lot of problem with the U.S. The U.S. is very bruised and burdened. I just see here that I just say in my Simpsons video for tomorrow that when Nancy comes in is when the U.S. national debt hits $28 trillion. And when that happens, Nancy goes in. So right now we're at 27 trillion. Last month we were at 26 trillion. So it's going to be sometime between now until November. Nancy will go in. And so that is crazy because the election happened, right? And there's a new leader. The incumbent off the throne is being handed over to a new president. Okay, let me just show you so you guys can see. Alright, so we have America's at the crossroads. This is the turning point for America. This is a big election. Because the voters are here. Then we have the new leader rushing in. We have the incumbent off the throne. We have it's being handed over to somebody else because it's divine. We have we have here a new president has been elected, president-elect. The other person refusing to concede. Now I understand it. It's because it's been found that they've been trying to steal the election because there was injustice with the Democrats, or this could be any party. I'm being bipartisan here, and this is the votes being handed over to somebody else or third party. And now we have I don't know what way order this came. I feel like this came first. So we have Nancy come in. So Nancy will be interim president. She'll be analyzing U.S. national debt and all the problems that the United States had. This is how many wands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 wands. Look at all this. There's 8 wands behind him, right? 8 means like a new beginning, abundance, happiness. But this guy is in strife and he's holding on to this last wand. And so when you guys watch this video, I highly recommend you watch the Simpsons video tomorrow. I worked very hard on it. And a lot of it relates to a lot of what you see now. And currently, this is, you know how I said 28? Well, there's 8 wands in the back and they're holding on to the one more wand. If the United States goes in debt by $29 trillion, the country is completely broke. The country's already broke, but I explained that further in the Simpsons video, so I highly recommend you watch that. So we have here, there's a lot of strife with the American people. They feel like they've been stabbed in the back. There's a lot of foreign interference. People feel like they've been fooled by this fish in a cup, that this guy was going to win. A new leader comes in. It's been swift. Justice has been served. So this entire election could be held on to the Supreme Court. There is an agreement between the two leaders. Manifestation, could have our manifestation of who we want as president. We pushed through all the problems that were caused upon us. We fought through it. Because of that, we became victorious. The devil, this is by 45 card, is in reverse. He's out. People are celebrating because there's now a rebirth, a new transformation in the country. This is the American people, they feel like there's a new beginning, but then there's a lot that they need to do, and I feel like this has to do with the Social Security system. Maybe there's been a lot of money stolen from that. We have my Nancy card again. This is also a Russian card. We have the Ace of Swords, victory, but also this is the crown, so the sword goes up the crown, so the incumbent's out. We have the end of a cycle, And so I feel like the coronavirus is heavily tied into the entire election. I feel like that's what it's really talking about, because people who were walking on and like kind of not wearing masks and stuff like that, they're being fooled and reckless, not watching where they're going, spreading the disease carelessly, will have to pay a fine because of that. It's right now the fine is hidden. They don't know how much they're going to hit people with charges. And then we have the coronavirus. And so at the end of the base, the end of the deck is the Hermit. So America has finally gone through the dark ages. But we have a light here, and we're going to be taking that light into the new future. We don't know. It's almost like it's unexpected. We don't know what will happen next. But that's the final outlook of how big the coronavirus really is in terms of how much effect it has on the U.S. and its policies and politics in general. So that's really interesting. Now, I just say there is more wave coming, like about 3 waves. So I want to ask that. I'm just messed that up. Okay, Spirit, tell me, will there be 3 waves? Will there be 3 waves? Let me just clear the cards. Okay, Spirit, will there be 3 waves of the coronavirus? Will there be 3 waves of the coronavirus? Spirit, tell me, will there be 3 waves of the coronavirus? There's a lot of fighting going on, so there could be more. Okay, Spirit, tell me, how many waves are there going to be in the coronavirus pandemic? How many waves of the coronavirus will we have? How many waves in the U.S.? Oh, we have the past. People are yearning for the past. They want to go back to this past. And normally I see the past as like Barack Obama because he is the previous president. Okay, Spirit, tell me. How many waves of the pandemic will we have? How many waves of the coronavirus will we have? We have the new beginning. We have temperance. Ooh, that's good. We have a king of sword, a new president. We're going to move out of troubled water. I'm getting 2, 3 waves, tops. Because he's leaving. This is the inauguration. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. This reveals happiness. This is the future of America. Alright, so what I'm getting here is that there may be some waves. There's going to be a ton of punishment in terms of people not wearing masks. But I don't see it lasting too long because we will have a better leader. They're going to... Okay, so these 2 cards came out. So we have the 3 waves. There will be 3 waves of the coronavirus. The U.S. only had 1, but it kind of like never went down. So it's still in the first wave. But this is the medical... This is the ambulance card. And so I do see like... Because the fact that the ambulance and this came out, and I asked the question about how many waves, there's 3 waves. Alright, perfect. Alright, now I want to ask about the vaccine. Alright, once I said vaccine, cards flew out. Okay, so now we have 45 in reverse. The incumbent, so he's no longer the incumbent at this point about the vaccine. There is a new leader when this vaccine comes in. So if you're thinking about taking this vaccine that's being offered right now, I highly recommend you wait, as Trump is still in office and he's not been removed yet. And therefore, you should wait till this new one comes in, because he's the new president, and he's gonna offer you a vaccine. I feel like this might be a free vaccine. Yeah, you're gonna be very happy about it, and there's gonna be a lot of money in terms of stimulus checks and stuff like that. You're gonna be looking at what you've been given, a new opportunity, a new chance, new passion. The government's gonna be trusted again, and so that's really good news. And they're taking a big risk on the country to help you, and they're gonna be taking a big risk in terms of foreign intelligence. So that's really interesting. That's really good outcome for the vaccine. But if you're thinking about taking a vaccine right now, I highly recommend you wait until after. Now, we do have the photos here, so that's good. Alright, now we're going to end off the reading with some cards that were given to me by the angel that have been asked them. So here's one thing they want you to know. Now, please remember, this is a collective reading, and therefore, not everything may resonate with you. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind, okay? If it resonates with you, that means you're meant to hear it. And if it doesn't, then, you know, you're not meant to hear that. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content, just like that. Love you. Alright, so now we have the inner power, the Divine Father. Divine Father, thanks you for co-creating my worlds with me. And so basically it's telling you, listen to the inner wisdom. Listen to your inner self, because you have all the answers. You don't need anybody else but you. Listen to yourself. So the way you could do that is ground yourself. Ground yourself, and the one way you could do that is go outside, go on a walk. Kind of explore nature, no phones, nothing, just walk peacefully to kind of pick up on the things you never noticed before in life. That's how you be grounded. That's what I do. So if that's something you want to do, highly recommend it. Now, you do have spiritual abundance. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. And so a lot of you guys, I just tell you that you guys are going to do very well. There is a lot of help and hope here. So don't be discouraged. There is angels coming your way to help you. They love you, they're guiding you, and they want to see nothing but the best from you. And then we have a sign from heaven. So if you guys are looking for a sign, this video is it. So thank you, heaven, for sending me a reminder of your presence. So this is basically a message for maybe you were asking for abundance and internal power, and they're telling you, listen to yourself, and therefore you shall receive abundance. And that is your signs from heaven, if that's what you're looking for. And so for today, thank you guys so much. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being with me, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.